Hey, what's up, guys? What is up? What is up? So I want to talk to you for a few minutes just about what I think about the news from Nikon. I believe that the news from Nikon is crazy. Crazy, crazy. It's bad for business. It's bad for photography. And I don't understand it unless it's just simply about finances. Discontinuing the DX line, I would tend to think that is, while the big ticket, the $1,000 lenses, the $3,000 cameras, the $3,000 lenses as well, is is where the revenue is. I would think that that would not even touch the revenue that comes from people buying the D3500 or whatever entry level, the point and shoots, the well, they discontinued the action cams too. They didn't do as good as the GoPros, but you would think that all these people buying the APS-C cameras, that the volume would surpass what people that are buying the D850, the whatever, the D6. D6 is a complete failure. So I don't understand the discontinuation of the APS-C. I started my first digital camera was a D3000, and then I got a D7000, got a D7100, a D7200, a D7500. I had a D500 for a little bit. I had a D3100, D3200. So I've had a lot of APS-C cameras. Yes, I shoot full frame, but I didn't start shooting full frame. And for a kid that wants to get into photography, 19, 20-year-old kid, especially if he doesn't come from a very wealthy family, being able to buy a D3200 per se and getting a kit lens for 400, 500 bucks is something that can get them started. They can develop, they can begin to make a little bit of money, and then they can go up into the D8500, D850. They can get up into the D800. They can go into more full frame. So it just doesn't make sense to me from a photography perspective, and I don't even think it makes sense from a business perspective, because you've taken away that entry level of get them in the door, make them Nikon users, start to push the glass, the DX line of glass, and as they develop, they jump up into the full frame. Saying either you're full frame or we don't want you is crazy to me. Like I said, I just don't get it. The other thing I don't get is they're discontinuing some FX lenses. The 16 to 35 f4 is an amazing lens. Why discontinue it? It doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense. I'm using right now. This is the Tamron 15 to 30 f2.8, but I've considered selling this lens to get the 16 to 35 f4 because, well, I'm shooting this at f4 right now, anyways. So, so why discontinue that? There's several full frame lenses that are going to discontinue. It amazes me to hear this news, because they don't have a 16 to 35 f4 equivalent for the Z line, I'm sorry, and I'm not quite sure why we even need a Z line, and why they were going to come out with a mirrorless instead of using an adapter. They didn't stick with an F mount, which is what I thought they should have done all along if they're going to jump into the mirrorless game, which doesn't really make sense anyways, because we're going to have a dual system for a very long time. There will be people that go mirrorless. There will be people that stay on the DSLR. The DSLR is not dead. I still use my DSLRs. I prefer a DSLR over a mirrorless, and I have both. So, again, I just don't know what to make of this. With Nikon just discontinuing their whole DX line, the APS-C sensors, discontinuing a lot of full frame lenses, moving everything to Thailand, which I'm sorry, I would rather Japanese made lenses if I'm going to spend that much cash. I'd rather Japanese made cameras if I'm spending that much cash. Not Thailand made. Thailand made was your APS-C guys. So, and it just, like I said, it just does. There's a lot of things Nikon's doing that don't make sense. Yes, they're in some financial problems, but you get that by by building quality products and getting some of these Sony users back on Nikon by having a superior product. But I guess I'm not in Tokyo. I'm not one of their decision makers. I'm just a nobody that uses their cameras. I guess that's kind of how they see things. You know, photographers will just, you know, deal with whatever they throw at us, and there ain't nothing we can do about it. And that's kind of seems to be the attitude of all the camera makers. So, I mean, they're being led by shareholders, not by the photographers, and it is what it is. So you kind of go from there. And that's really kind of where I see things. I'm disappointed to see them going down this road. And like I said, it just doesn't make any sense. Anyways, that's all I got, and I'm out of here. See ya.